Hey guys, welcome back to another hair Q&A. So today I'm going to be answering the most frequently asked questions about sulfates. A lot of you have been asking me, is it okay to use sulfate shampoos on my hair? Are sulfate shampoos really bad for your hair, or can I use shampoos that contains SLS for the hair? But just in general, usually I get asked if sulfates in shampoo bad. So for me, I think it's a yes and a no. Now, I personally think just in general, using non-sulfate shampoos for your hair is really great. But however, some people can benefit from SLS. And personally, I don't fear SLS or I don't hate SLS at all. I feel like when you use it in moderation or in times where you need it, your hair can really benefit from it. So that's just my personal opinion. But let's define first what is SLS. Now, SLS stands for sodium lauryl sulfate. And also I'm going to tell you guys the job of the sulfates on your hair. Now, sulfates are primarily surfactants, and a surfactant, I'm not so sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, is a mixture of molecules that can attract both water and oil. The unique property allows soap, shampoos, and body washes to separate dirt and oil from your skin and then allow the water you rinse it to carry it off your body down the drain. Now, without these ingredients, cleansing products wouldn't work nearly as well as they do. Sulfates in particular are very good at doing this. So that's it. That is the role of the sulfates in your shampoo. So that's why I'm going to be telling you guys when to use or when not to use SLS on your hair. Okay, so this is more of like the don'ts and do's that I have written here. Okay, let's start with the don'ts, okay? The first one that I've written here is don't use sulfates on your hair if your hair is fine or delicate and fragile, or if your hair is falling out. I feel like if you're experiencing hair loss or hair fall and if your hair is already fragile, I think it's really best to use the non-sulfate shampoos versus using the regular shampoos, just because it's going to be very mild and gentle for your hair, especially if your hair is chemically treated. Alright, number 2, don't use SLS on your hair if you have dry scalp or sensitive scalp, or if you have eczema or psoriasis, or if you have basically any scalp conditions, because they said that SLS can also irritate your skin, or if you have extremely dry and damaged hair. Yep, so if that is your case, then just don't use SLS on your hair. And lastly, number 3, don't use SLS on your hair if your hair is dyed or if your hair is colored, just because if your hair is colored, usually your hair color doesn't really last that long if you're using SLS. I actually noticed that on my sister's hair. When she was using shampoos that contains SLS, her hair dye fades quicker, and also her hair color changes in a very brassy shade. But ever since she used the sulfate-free shampoo that I've let her try before, she noticed that she actually maintained and preserved her hair color. Now, for the do's. Now, do use SLS on your hair sparingly if you have extremely oily hair or oily scalp, because for me, I noticed that before my hair was very oily, so as a result of that my hair looks very weighed down. So what I did is I used a clarifying shampoo, and if you guys know, clarifying shampoos, they do contain SLS, and that has really helped solve my problem. Also, number 2, if you have fine hair and if you notice that you lack volume on your hair, I know this is on my mom, when she uses shampoos that doesn't really have SLS, her hair looks weighed down and flat. But ever since I've introduced her to using clarifying shampoos once in a while, she noticed that her hair has volume now compared to what it's like before. So if your hair is oily, if your hair is weighed down, if you just feel like your hair is really dirty, use shampoos that contains SLS on your hair just to clean those oils and dirt off your hair. So that's it. I hope you all find this video helpful, and let me know in the comments down below what kind of shampoos are you guys using. Are you using shampoos that contains SLS, or are you the type of person who doesn't really use SLS on your hair? Because I know I'm gonna get a lot of different opinions on this, and I totally respect whatever choices that you have to make for your hair, but these are just the observations that I found that has been working for my hair, even though I'm all for the non-sulfate shampoos. And right now, since I'm going all natural, I've withdrawn from the sulfate life. But I find that, you know what, using SLS from time to time is not that bad at all. Also, I know the non-sulfate shampoos are more pricey than the regular shampoos, so that's why sometimes I know that people go for just the regular shampoo or the shampoo that they could just see in the market, you know, and some people are not even particular about that at all. So yep, that's it. At the end of the day, just use the shampoos that you find works best for your hair. Alright, so that is it. I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!